There is a high-stakes debate currently electrifying India's defense circles. On one side, we have the Tejas Mk2, our homegrown hero and the standard bearer for Atmanirbhar or self-reliance. On the other hand, we have the Dassault Rafale, the French Omnirole beast that many experts consider the most capable 4.5 generation fighter on the planet. As we move through 2026, the big question on everyone's mind is, will the massive 3.25 lakh crore deal for 114 Rafales end up being a spoilsport for our indigenous Tejas Mk2 and AMCA programs? To find the answer, we need to peel back the layers on the tech, the tactical necessity, and the money talk to see what's actually happening on the ground. Before we look at the price tag, we have to look at the scoreboard. To protect a two-front border, the Indian Air Force is sanctioned to have 42 squadrons. Right now, we are at a critical low of just 29. Our veteran MiG-21s have officially retired, and while the Tejas Mk1A is a fantastic addition, it is a light category fighter. In a modern conflict, we need heavy hitters, jets that can haul massive payloads and strike deep into enemy territory today, not in a decade. While the Tejas Mk2 is a brilliant project with its first flight scheduled for mid-2026, it is still in the testing phase. If we rely solely on future promises, that numbers gap become a permanent vulnerability that our neighbors could exploit. In this context, the Rafale isn't just a luxury want, it's a survival kit for the IAF's operational readiness. What makes the plane so special for a layman to understand? It isn't just about raw speed, it's about digital superiority. The Spectra shield. While 5th generation jets like the F-35 hide using their physical shape, that is stealth, the Rafale uses its Spectra systems to electronically vanish. It doesn't just jam enemy radar signals, it can create a ghost version of itself to confuse incoming missiles and even use active cancellation to silence enemy radar waves, much like high-end noise-cancelling headphones. The bomb truck. The Rafale's weight-to-payload ratio is actually staggering. The jet itself weighs roughly around 10 tons, but it can carry 9.5 tons of external load. It features 14 hardpoints, 13 on the naval version, to carry a massive variety of weapons. A typical standard loadout for the Rafale can include 6 AASM Hammer precision-guided bombs, 4 Mica air-to-air missiles for mid-range defense, 2 Meteor missiles, the famous long-range no-escape zone killers, 3 drop tanks to give it incredible legs for long-distance missions. Strategic edge. It is also fully cleared for the SCALP cruise missiles for deep surgical strikes and the Exocet for taking out high-value naval targets. In a single sortie, a Rafale can flip between protecting the skies, bombing a ground target, and taking high-resolution intelligence photos. Most other jets require hours of reconfiguration on the ground to switch roles. The Rafale does it all in one flight. You might wonder why we aren't looking at the Eurofighter Typhoon, F-16 or MiG-35s. It comes down to 3 things. Life cycle efficiency. While the sticker price is high, the Rafale is easier to keep in the air. Its M88 engines can be swapped in under an hour right at the forward airbase. Existing ecosystem. The IAF already operates the Mirage 2000. The Rafale is the natural evolution of that French logistical chain, meaning we didn't have to build a new supply system from scratch. Sovereignty. Unlike US aircrafts, the Rafale doesn't come with end-user monitoring or ITAR restrictions that could limit where or how India uses the jet during a crisis. Perhaps the most exciting part in the 2026 deal is that we aren't just buying a French jet, we are building an Indianized Rafale. One of our non-negotiable rules is that the aircraft must act as a universal launcher for our own weapons. Integrating our homegrown beyond visual range Astra missiles will save India billions compared to buying foreign missiles for every training exercise or minor skirmish. We are working to fit the mini version of the world's fastest cruise missile, that is BrahMos-NG, onto the Rafale's wings. Out of the 114 jets, 96 will be made in India. This allows Indian engineers to work on world-class production lines, which actually accelerates the Tejas and AMCA programs by maturing our own domestic aerospace industry. Here is the reality that often gets lost in the headlines. Defense deals are structured like a long-term home loan, not a one-time cash payment. The 3.2 lakh crore figure is massive, but that payment is spread over 10 to 15 years. Under this model, the Rafale payment would take up roughly 25 to 28% of the IAF's annual capital budget for new equipment. This leaves a massive wiggle room for about 6 to 7 billions every single year to fund the mass production of the Tejas Mk2 and the high-tech research required for the 5th generation AMCA. By staggering the payments, India ensures the IAF gets its shield, the Rafale, immediately while keeping enough gas in the financial tank to power our indigenous dream, the Tejas Mk2. Think of India's future air power like a championship cricket team. The assassins, Sukhoi 57 or AMCA, the stealthy specialists who go in first to blind the enemy's eyes. The enforcer, that is the Rafale, the powerhouse that moves in to dominate the airspace with its massive payload and electronic warfare. The backbone, Tejas Mk2, the versatile, affordable workhorse that fills the squadron numbers and handles the day-to-day defense of our skies. Is the Rafale a spoilsport for Indian aviation? Actually, it's the ultimate wingman. By securing our borders with the Rafale today, we provide the Tejas Mk2 the safety net it needs to mature and enter service without being rushed or compromised. This isn't a choice between French or Indian. It's about building a combined, unstoppable force that ensures no adversary ever dares to challenge our skies.